Okay guys, so one of the most difficult things when it comes to creating an Instagram account and actually growing it is coming up with an idea of what you should post. What should you post as a business? What should you post as a personal brand? What type of content should you create? So I'm here to help you come up with the best content marketing plan that you can come up with so that we make sure that you have great content to post and that you grow that account. So first off, what should you post? You need to have a theme, a voice, and an angle. Now, what I mean by that is that you have to have some sort of direction for your account. What type of content you want to post? Are you going to be posting travel content? Are you going to be posting content that relates to your local business? Is it going to be photos of your coffee shop? Is it going to be people in your coffee shop? What sort of voice do you want? Is it going to be a more jovial, fun sort of play on words? Are you going to be energetic in your posts? Are you going to be calm and collected? Are you going to be motivational? Are you going to be in your face and loud? Are you going to be subdued? You need to have some sort of angle. You need to have basically the persona behind your brand or your personal account. You need to have some sort of character. So try and link a character or a fictional person to this account, to this brand, and always speak from that same angle. When you start veering off from that voice and from that theme, people start getting a little disconnected and not sure what to expect from your account. So you always want to keep it consistent and from the same angle. Then you see below that I've got examples of types of images and content that you can post. Your product being used, behind the scenes, quotes and motivational text, and short videos and people in places. I'll speak about this in the upcoming slides, but most importantly, what I want to speak about in this slide is that last point, which is be human. This is what a lot of brands fail at, and this is why their accounts don't grow and people don't engage with them. People sort of speak from a very conversational tone to one another. When you're speaking to your friend, you're speaking just as I'm talking to you now. I'm talking to you as a friend. I'm talking to you as if I'm just having a conversation with you. And that's why you're able to connect with me a little easier than standard formal education, because it's almost as if we're having a conversation with one another. And that's what brands need to do. Brands sort of approach the content and the social media realm from this very robotic and boring standpoint where they're almost constantly selling to you and not really connecting with you as a person. And that's our goal. We need to make sure that we're conversationalists. We want to talk. We're opening up the room for conversation. And that's what Instagram's about. That's what social media is about. The word social is key here, and that is communicating, speaking to one another, opening a conversation. So now let's take a look at the different types of content that we can post. Like I said, your product being used, as you can see, this is Adidas. You need to get, if you are selling a product, obviously, this is what you should do, is you should get your customers to take photos using your product. And that's a great way to grow your account, because every time someone posts a photo of your product, someone will tag you, like you'll get your customers to tag you in those photographs or in those videos, and or get them sent to you, and you can repost them on your own page. And that's a great way to build up some content from your customers, from your clients, because you're not even creating that content, it's getting sent to you and it's helping you grow and getting you exposure on the platform. So always try and get as much content as you can of your product being used, in use, being displayed, wherever it may be, whatever type of product you have. Next is behind the scenes. This type of content is amazing. People want to know what's going on in the real world. They want to see behind what is being portrayed to you. They don't want to just see these perfect polished images all the time. They don't want to just see this perfect life. They want an in-depth look. That's what social media is about. We're looking behind the scenes. We want to know what the people are about, what your brand is about, who you are. We want to see your brand grow. We want to go along with you. That's what your customers want. So creating behind the scenes images are incredible. If you can, whenever you can, they don't have to be incredible high quality shot with a DSLR camera. You whip out your phone and you take those behind the scenes photos. Take as many as you can so that you have a backup and a build up or a content bank, which we'll talk about in future lectures, so that you have content to post always. Next is quotes and motivational text. So these work very well as well with regards to sharing. People like sharing stuff that motivates them, that gets them going, and that is related to them. So whatever niche you're in or whatever category your business is in, try and post quotes and motivational content in alignment with that niche and with that brand. So do something out of your comfort zone today. You can see that. This is more likely to do with an entrepreneurship sort of account, someone getting people motivated, getting them starting their business, getting them doing things today. So if you have something like that, that's what you need. You need to be within your niche. Post stuff that gets people going, that gets them thinking, and gets them liking and sharing that content. So always make sure that it's within that specific niche. Next is short videos. Now, video content is slowly but surely taking over online, social media, YouTube, wherever it is. Videos are taking over because they're so easy to engage with, and they really get you looking, get you thinking. So if you can, even if you're posting behind the scenes videos, if you're posting little videos of your product, try and get more videos than photos. The reason I say this is that videos are getting more engagement day by day, and I can only expect it to keep growing. It's been growing year on year over the last 5 years. Every single year it grows and goes higher. So if you can, again, get your customers to send you videos of their product. Take your own videos of your product being used. Make motivational videos. Make little commercials. Make all these little funny videos for your Instagram account. And again, humor, something that I haven't mentioned before, humor helps a ton when it comes to shareability of your content. People want to laugh. People want to smile. They don't want to be sad. They don't want to be depressed. They want to smile and laugh. It gets those endorphins running. It makes people happy. So try and get humor and infuse humor into your content. Next is people in places, and this can go through a variety of different niches and categories. So if you are a personal brand, people want to know where you are, what you're doing, what you're getting up to. And again, this links with the behind the scenes type of content. People want to know what you're doing on a daily basis. If it's related to your business, post something about it. Maybe you run a coffee shop, as we've spoken about before. If you have a coffee shop, post some behind the scenes of you making the coffee, of you setting up the coffee machine, of you buying beans, of you going to visit where the farm where your beans are coming from. Get all of that stuff going. People in places. People want to see other people. And that's something with Instagram as well. Content that has a person in it, or like a video or photo that has a person in it, is more likely to get liked and commented on than that without. So try and always get a person or a hand or a body or a face in your content, because it will really help people engage with your stuff. And then finally, I want you to put thought into your content, but don't overthink it. Now, what I mean by this is, obviously, you need to be thoughtful about what you're taking photos of, what you're posting, and building up some sort of theme and voice and angle, like we've spoken about before. But don't overthink it. A lot of people overthink their content. They get stuck in this rut where they're not sure what to post. They're not sure if it's good enough to post. Don't worry about it. If you post it and people don't like it, delete it. Or you can archive it these days. You don't even have to delete the content. You can just store it away. And if you like, you can bring it back. But who cares if you delete it? This is disposable content. Social media is disposable content. You can reuse it over and over and over again. And you can get rid of it if you don't like it. If people don't engage from it, learn. That's how you learn to understand your audience. So what we want to do is we want to always work on creating new content to post and build up a content bank. This is what I spoke about before, is you want to constantly be creating content as much as you can. Take photos of everything, take videos of everything, edit photos as much as you can, which we'll speak about later on in the course as well, of how to create the perfect edit and build up a perfect theme or template for your account. But keep creating content, because the more content you have, the more content people have to engage with. So the more you post, the more people will engage with you. So keep creating and never stop. Then express yourself and don't limit yourself. Now, what I mean by this is just talk, just speak, just be human. As I've said before, you want to just express yourself. Don't worry about what people think about you. If they don't like what you've posted today, change it up and post something different tomorrow. That's what we're going to do. We're going to experiment and see what works. If something doesn't work, change it up. If something works, do more of that. Do more of what works, and what doesn't work, do less of. It's as simple as that. There's really not much thought that goes into that other than that. It's all about an experiment, and I'll show you as you experiment and as you see what works and what doesn't work, you'll see how your account grows and how your followers grow and engage with you on a more regular basis.